Relationship advice. She had sex with her FWB after our 4th date. My current girlfriend and I have been in a relationship for nearly a year. I recently found out on our 4th date after we expressed our feelings to each other, kissed, heavy petting etc. She went and had sex with her FWB. At that point her and I had not had sex. However, we did a short time later. Although we weren't in an official relationship at that time, there were implications of exclusivity. Upon finding out the information, I further found out that immediately upon exiting the date she began to make plans to see her FWB. It bothered me because I was told on numerous occasions that she had been essentially celibate, further elaborating that she had not had sex in a long time. Which I had no issue with because I had been 2 months voluntarily celibate at that time also. I wasn't told this information for months after I had fallen in love. We were in an official relationship. We met each other's families, moved in together, made long-term plans, etc. Is this a deal breaker or worth ending the relationship for? That's up to you if it's a deal breaker. Starting out a relationship with lying is bad, especially when it's lying about sleeping with someone. If there was an implication of exclusivity and she went and slept with someone else, I'd lose interest. Even if it's not technically wrong. I'm not interested in a girl who still wants to sleep with her FWB after 4 dates with me and lie about it. I guess I'm really naive when it comes to dating. Apparently nowadays it's okay to duck people while going on dates, because you're not official IDK where I was when that was decided. It depends on what you value really. Some people use things like official to signify an act of caring. Other people use it as a moral loophole to sleep around. If she told you she hadn't slept with anyone while talking to you, for me that's deal breaker. She lied to you about that. Who knows, maybe she has other secrets that she hasn't told you. Did she sleep W him after the 5th and 6th dates too? Seems like a little trickle truthing is going on. How did this come up? She openly admitted out of nowhere? I recently found out on our 4th date after we expressed our feelings to each other, kissed, heavy petting etc. She went and had sex with her FWB. I further found out that immediately upon exiting the date she began to make plans to see her FWB. Okay, that is so gross to me. She gets all worked up with you, the heavy petting, and then gets so worked up she ends the date with you, calls up the FWB, and screws him. Okay, I'm out. No way back from that for me. Yeah, if I go on a date with a girl I really like, I don't immediately make plans to go duck someone else after leaving that date. This girl's garbage. Even though you might not have been officially exclusive, it's perfectly understandable to be weirded out by her having sex with someone else immediately after the events of your 4th date. Assuming that things were understood by both parties to be heading towards exclusivity as you've suggested. Like, did she respond to that shared expression of feeling and the reality that things were heading towards exclusivity by having sex with the FWB one last time before you became official? There are questions of mentality and motivation here. Whether you feel it's worth ending the relationship over depends on whether you can be comfortable with it, and whether you can assuage any concerns it raises over her mindset. I'm kind of disgusted. I would be out of there. It's your choice though. It would certainly be a deal breaker for me. If you want to commit yourself to someone like that, someone who's shown you she's not relationship material, that's on you. Relationships built on lies aren't relationships at all, as far as I'm concerned. If you have to lie to get, or keep, your partner, they shouldn't be your partner. And relationships aren't courts of law, where one party can get off on a technicality. Either of you can end the relationship at any time, for any, or no, reason. Yeah dude, that's ducking gross. She had to get that last duck in with some rando because she was going to get serious with you? Literally makes me want to vomit. This is a person I would never trust. This is a person whose emotional intimacy wiring has misfired. You don't celebrate meeting a new person who you are crazy about by ducking someone else. Don't let her squirm out of this by using the "we weren't exclusive" BS. She lied. She's gross. Just throw the whole woman out. She belongs to the streets. If you're here asking for advice about it, then you have already come to the conclusion that her lies were definitely a deal breaker and seeking to validate your own feelings on it. Trust is gone. I would honestly feel a bit betrayed if I heard that shit, especially if it's from someone other than her. I'd lose all interest in the relationship. If she lies about this before the relationship even started, then what else she got to lie about? But you only know the tip of the iceberg, and the only reason she's with you is because homeboy wouldn't commit. Facts. All the peeps trying to claim you weren't exclusive need to go to law school. This ain't a courtroom. There's no black and white. It's emotion. She lied about it because she knows she ducked up. And she kept lying for a year. Basically the entire relationship. Time for her to pay the piper, and maybe learn not to be a douchebag in future relationships. You always gotta have the exclusivity conversation. It's super common for people to go on dates with a bunch of people. Until it's mutually agreed upon that you guys are exclusive, I wouldn't assume you are just because you are 4 dates in.